Govberg, and welcome to the world of IWC. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of your IWC Portugieser Chronograph Classic. It's important to note that although this is an automatic winding timepiece, nevertheless, it can be manually wound should it run down by taking the crown in the first position flush to the case and turning it in a clockwise direction 20 to 30 turns. This should be sufficient to start the movement, and you'll know that the watch is running even without the chronograph in motion when you see the constant seconds hand at 6 o'clock begin to advance. Now at this point, we'll freeze the chronograph and reset it for the moment. You can set the watch, time, and date, wear it on the wrist, and the natural course of kinetic energy, in conjunction with the case-back winding mass, will fully energize the watch in time. However, should you wish to wind the watch to its maximum rated power reserve of 68 hours, simply continue turning the crown in a clockwise direction. Due to the bridle-style architecture of the mainspring, you cannot accidentally overwind the timepiece. Therefore, continue turning until you hear a light click or tick. This is the bridle mainspring slipping to relieve excess strain by design. It's your subtle sign that the watch is fully wound. Now at this point, two subsidiary functions can be used for more precise setting of the time and the date. The first, 2 detents out from flush to the case with the crown, is known as stop seconds. This can be used to synchronize against a reference time, for instance, an online atomic clock. The best way to do this is to stop the seconds hand when it reaches the index at 60, and then, compared to your reference time, advance your watch to the next nearest minute. When the reference time's second and minute corresponds exactly to the time you've set on your watch, push the crown back in. Now the two are synchronized. To set the date more precisely and rapidly, pull the crown out 1 detent, and then turn in a clockwise direction to rapidly cycle the date. This is useful if the watch runs down or encounters an irregular length month. However, it's important to note that the quickset function should never be used between the hours of 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., as this is the period during which the watch is engaged in automatically jumping the date through the sweep of midnight. So take note, never set the date using the quickset from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m., as it can damage the movement. Now this timepiece is a chronograph, and a flyback chronograph at that, so there are two ways to actuate the chronograph function. The first is the traditional way, the pusher at 2 o'clock, to start, to stop, resume if you like, stop, and then reset with the pusher at 4 o'clock. However, the flyback functionality allows you to rapidly reset and restart without first stopping the chronograph. Simply push the pusher at 4 o'clock. No hazard, will not crash the movement. This is useful for timing two events in rapid succession, such as when watching track and field, a horse race, or auto racing. Again, this is the flyback functionality to reset and immediately restart the chronograph. Now, it's important to note that there are 3 primary hazards that your watch faces: water, magnetism, and shock. Water is the most severe. While this watch is water resistant to 3 ATM or 30 meters, sufficient for surface exposure, splashes, or inadvertent rain exposure, nevertheless, leather, as featured on the strap, is a natural porous material that is never water resistant. Therefore, it should never come in contact with moisture, even though the watch is water resistant to 3 ATM. Now, you can help avoid accidental drowning by disusing all of the functions of the watch when it is submerged or even when there's water on the case. Don't use the chronograph, don't wind the watch, or use the setting functions. Again, this is to avoid accidental drowning, the bypassing of the seals that could introduce water to the interior of the watch, with catastrophic mechanical and cosmetic consequences. It's also important to note that, unlike mechanical specification, water resistance is not a static feature of a watch, and in time, as seals age and lubricants degrade, water resistance will ebb. Therefore, IWC recommends having the watch water tested with an authorized service center at least once every 12 to 24 months to ensure that factory-rated hermeticity is retained. Now, magnetism, unlike water, is a hidden danger, but ubiquitous in daily life. Your timepiece features a balance with a ferrous hairspring at its center. This is the heartbeat of your watch, and that metallic hairspring can become magnetized by refrigerator doors, the closures of purses and wallets, speakers, subwoofers, high-powered wiring looms, and MRI equipment. And a magnetized hairspring will cause your watch to run erratically. It may run fast, it may run slow. Either way, if you suspect your watch has become magnetized, take it to an IWC authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the watch. However, shock and concussion can cause more permanent damage. A fine mechanical movement can be damaged by concussive activity, so IWC advises that the watch be disused during activities such as mountain bike, ATV, and snowmobile riding, firearms marksmanship, batting, tennis, or golf, as all of these activities are concussive and can damage your timepiece. Finally, IWC recommends a comprehensive overhaul of your watch every 5 years. This will involve disassembly, cleaning and restoration of your watch's finish, restoration of its water resistance, disassembly and cleaning, oiling, and adjustment of its movement. This should be performed exclusively at IWC authorized service centers where specialized equipment, trained personnel, and factory replacement parts are available to quickly and easily restore the performance of your watch and preserve its value as an instrument and as an investment. Moreover, only these agencies are authorized to back all work and parts invested with an IWC factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership, use, and care of this or any IWC fine timepiece.